Not yet.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
No. Again. 3, 2, 1. No.
3, 2, 1.
Good.
That was the one.
That was
Third
it.
time's the one. Okay. Hi, hello, welcome. Wait. Nicknames. Hi, hello, welcome, peoples, persons, and background characters to an episode of Spinning Tales. A podcast. Maybe. A place where we all acknowledge we are amalgamations of stories still being told and do our very best to draw out the storyteller in each of us. Mm-hmm. I am Jess, the one on the right. And this is my friend Brit, on the other side. I don't mean politically. I mean, are we on the right and the left when we're looking at the screen? Because I'm on our right now.
Yeah.
But when we're looking at it on the screen, is it on the right? I think it might be on the left.
You're going to be on the left when they're looking at you.
Hi, I'm Jess, the liar, who doesn't know the right from... I'm stage left. Is that how that works?
No. Stage right, because I'm on stage right. Right? I don't know.
Hi, I'm Jess.
What?
I don't know.
I know this.
I'm pretty sure we had to take a test about it at some point. One of the many... Yeah, I was in theater. It was like a written test.
I wanted to be in theater.
Oh, I didn't. I'm not very theatrical. I don't know if you've been able to tell. But I did want to be a stagehand, and that would have been fun. I wasn't in theater. I was in, like, drama class. And because I was in drama class, when I went out to, I was like, oh, I want to be a stagehand. They're like, but you're taking the class, so we're going to make you an understudy for someone. And I was like, that's dumb. I don't want to. And it was fine because I didn't have to, like, perform.
Good.
Except for the one time the actual Sarabi was late and was sick with, like, not mono. And I then had to stand there. I was like, I don't know Sarabi's lines. What are we talking about, guys?
Uh-oh. I didn't like to perform in front of people.
Yeah.
Like,
it's
at
weird.
all.
It's scary.
And
I know that's what we're doing now, but not really.
No, this is different. This is very different. I'm alone in a room with you, and I can just pretend nobody's going to see. It's
That's
fine.
true. Except that one time where a fan did come up to you and say, oh my gosh.
That's true. I did. Someone did see me. But it was quick. It was fine.
You're like,
fine.
oh.
I didn't know she was talking to me. And then so the moment was basically over by the time I tuned in. But when I was in middle school, I had a roving elective for a little bit. So you got a new elective every so often. Whatever. I don't know why they were doing it. Whatever, right? But they put me in choir.
Oh.
And
They choose what you were elected?
They gave me...
Self-election?
Yeah, they just gave... It was... I don't know.
Voluntold?
But it was also going to be a roving one. So I was going to do choir and then I was going to do something else. And it was going to be...
That they decided?
Different things, yeah. And so... Did you get to choose your electives in middle school?
I don't know.
I had very little...
Middle school is blocked out. It was a rough time, kids. I can't remember anything from middle school.
Yeah, well, I didn't get to pick. And it was like the first day of class. And the teacher was having everybody come. It might have been the second, but the teacher was having everybody come up and sing for the whole class so he could decide where your voice was, right? And he said, okay, Brittany, it's your turn. And I said, no, thank you. I'm not going. And he said, it's your turn. This is choir class, everybody. I said, I didn't want to be here. I'm not singing, right? And he said, like, what do I look like to you, whatever? And I called him Boo Boo the Foo. And then I got kicked out of class.
Which is fair.
And then
it is fair that you got kicked out.
Yeah, I got kicked out. And then they put me in art class where I wanted to be.
Oh, nice. Here's the thing. If I ever was going to be a teacher, which I absolutely wouldn't, it would not be over middle schoolers because you got to know about yourself if you don't. Because those kids will tell you.
They will. I don't even know. I didn't know Boo Boo. I don't even know where that came from. I think living in the family that I live in, someone had said it somewhere.
And I repeated it.
And I repeated it. So,
they're just going to get you. Ugh.
Yeah, I'm sorry, teacher, for you were doing your job.
You were doing your job.
But also, very shy. I was not about, as a middle schooler, about to get up and sing in front of 30 other kids.
Which is fair.
You know?
Yeah.
Anyway, he was just doing his job.
Can you sing right now?
Oh, I know I don't sing very well.
That's fine.
No, it's okay.
What do I look like to you?
Beautiful. Anyway, that's not what we were supposed to be talking about today.
We talk about whatever we want, but
that's true.
One of the things we want to talk about is the media that you've been intaking.
I have intaken.
1 second. I forgot to bring up our friend TK here.
TK, hi, welcome back. Welcome back,
TK.
I got to like get a drama in very quickly.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. But that's all I'll say about that.
Was it the drama I told you about?
Yeah.
You're like, it's like I watched it, but I saved many hours.
I got all the emotional investment. I teared up at some points. It was good. It was very, very concise.
I'm glad that I could be a good storyteller. So
You're
that
welcome.
I could help you relive it.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Anyway,
that's fine.
What have you been watching?
Okay, so yesterday, my husband and I, we watched The Truman Show, for the first time.
Wow.
Had you seen it? Have you seen it?
Yes, I've seen The Truman Show. It's trippy.
Yeah, I like I'm like glad that I'm just watching it now. I think when it came out would have been such an interest.
When did that come out?
98.
Okay.
Yeah, I asked Rod. I was like, when did this come out? Because one of the first moments in the show, it's like 5 minutes in maybe, there are like characters that like stop Truman in the same spot every day, and they're like, oh, put their hand on him to stop him, and then they physically turn him and push him against the wall as they're talking, and the camera is getting an ad, like having Truman stand next to a poster, and I like made Rod pause, and I was like, the ad placement, and I was like, I don't know when people watched this in 98 if they had the same visceral reaction as us in 2025 being like, oh wow, look at that perfectly placed soda bottle so you can see the like, you know, it's like, so that you don't know we're advertising, but like you don't want Truman to. So the whole time I kept going, this is awful, this is horrible, this is terrifying.
Yeah.
Like, it was good. It was a good movie. I think the premise was really great.
And it's a comedy, right? Like there's funny stuff. Well, I remember laughing.
I think just because Jim Carrey's in it does not mean it's a comedy. Have you seen What Dreams May Come?
No. But I remember spoiler for those who haven't seen The Truman Show, I don't remember the whole movie, but I remember laughing at a bunch of different bits. It's really ridiculous, but then he's having the conversation with the wife and she's like, no, and you can have the and he's like, just talk to me. And I thought that was a hilarious, like, this woman like fraying at the seams in a marriage that she does not. That's not comedy.
I was like, is she gonna get there?
It's not comedy.
Is she gonna get there?
But it was just unhinged.
Yeah.
I remember like laughing. I was like, that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
And but no, that's okay.
Yeah, like all of it being like in a marriage, like so many times when he's just like, hey, I feel like something's going wrong. No, it was like the gaslighting the whole time is awful. And then like the moment that I was like saying, I was like, Rod, if he's not being truthful right now, if he doesn't actually care, this is the most evil thing I've ever seen. And when he's breaking down to his friend, and his friend is here, and his friend is like, if everyone's lying to you, I'm lying to you. And I would never lie to you. And the way I was like,
yeah.
One, that is an excellent actor. That actor is so good that I don't know if he's like hating that he has to say this, or if he's participating and then it pulls back and he's being fed lines.
Yeah.
And he's just delivering them perfectly. And I was like, none of this is okay.
No.
It's so bad.
No.
And like, because neither of us had seen it before, being like, oh, Truman, the first child adopted by a corporation. And I was like, this could happen. Like, everything about it was so, like, trippy is a word that I wouldn't even use. It was just
I'm gonna have
apocalypse. It was like,
I'm gonna have to watch it again.
What's the opposite of a utopia? Dystopian. It was so dystopian. Everything about it was just like so bad. But it was a
Yeah.
great movie. I feel like I would love to see a remake with not Jim Carrey, because no offense, Jim Carrey, your dramatic acting was like not the best. And maybe it was because it was supposed to be comedic, but there were moments where it was very obviously like, TK's telling me to wrap it up. Where there was like, this is meant to be dramatic. And there was like one specific shot where it was the back of the back of Jim Carrey, sorry. And like he was having an emotional moment, and I was like, I'm glad that it is the back of him, because his face would not be able to carry the scene. Because he's a very expressive man, but the way he uses his face more often on camera is as a joke.
Yeah.
And it was like, and then when he started to turn towards it, I could see his sadness in it, but it was like not the right thing. And I was like, I would love to see, Rod was like, I would never see a remake. I was like, I'd watch it at least once. And I think it'd be interesting to see if Truman was a woman, but I also don't want that. I don't want that. Thank you. I don't want that at all. So considering one of the biggest thing is like, we're going to have an on-air conception. I was like, this woman who is his wife is married to him and they're trying for a baby. And I was like, when she said that, I was like, any sexual act between these couple is non-consensual.
Yeah.
Because one half of it has no idea what's going on.
Right.
And I just, the whole movie was like, it was really, really good, but like skeevy. I was so skeeved out.
One of my biggest fears, I mean, pre-meeting my husband, right, was being in a relationship that wasn't, that like the person didn't love you. Like, like the story with Rachel and Leah, right?
Yeah.
Rebecca, sorry. No, it's Rachel.
No, it's
Rachel. Rachel and Leah, that to me is like one of the saddest experiences. I am forced to marry this person who did not want me, and I guess it's just my duty to be with him.
Yeah.
And
more than that, I was just talking to somebody about this. It was like, it's not just my duty, like I'm doing everything right and perfect by the standards of my culture. I am bearing children, I'm keeping a household, I'm doing these things, and I'm not chosen.
Right. It goes back to our pinned and personal. I want to be chosen.
Yeah.
I want to be chosen. And so, like, I know different cultures have different ways of, like, doing marriage and things like that. But I was like, I would rather be alone and live into my old age with the friends that I could choose than be forced to be with somebody who is putting up with me.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. Okay. Well, I'm sad. I don't have a clear memory of the Truman Show because I remember it being a comedy.
I mean,
but I don't remember the whole thing. It's been a long time.
I honestly believe there's some stuff that like we'll watch in our childhood that when we rewatch, it hits way different.
Yeah.
Things that are like, I hated the movie, it was stupid and dumb, and then you're like, oh my gosh, the movie is so deep, you know, like, or vice versa, or any other combination. So it's like, not to like rip it from you, but like if you watch that mess again, you're gonna be like,
yeah, because it's been a grip of years.
Like, they formed a whole world around him. Like I at one point was like, is he uneducated? Because any information they give him in school or on newspapers
is doctored to make sure that he
doesn't think about the outside world in anything. Like, so like, yeah, he knows there are other countries and everything like that, but like, is it right information?
And like, I mean, as an adult, wouldn't he have like wanted to travel at some point? And like,
that's some of the key things where like they give him phobias. They have him like attacked by a dog when he's young. They have his dad drown at sea. They have a bunch of like things where so that he feels too scared to get on the ferry to leave the island he is on, and he's too scared to like walk around to the mountains and stuff because there's wild dog. Like they give this kid phobias before the age of 10.
Oh, I didn't remember that part.
It's awful, guys.
Okay, we can scratch. It's not a comedy.
That's not a comedy.
Because you're right. Now as a person, I'm like, you purposely gave a child a phobia. You had a dog attack a child, and the nation just watched. Which our nation likes to watch terrible things.
It gives me the Ted Empire in like Earth Channel, like, you know, like that's what we're living in, my guy. Anyway, it's fine. It's not fine. It was like a really interesting experience. I would never watch it again. I would read an essay about it. I think I would watch a video essay about it as well, because I think there's so much stuff to delve into.
Yeah.
But like, I've also used your 5 minutes for this.
That's okay. I didn't have a thing.
This is great.
I will drop mind-tripping but heartwarming story that I would like to watch with you is never mind, I don't remember the name.
Me neither, but have you seen What Dreams May Come? Because
no.
let me tell you that it is not a movie that has made me cry, but it's gotten close, so we should definitely watch it.
Nah, I don't want to.
But the main character is played by Robin Williams, so it's a comedy.
Oh no.
It's not a comedy. So we should hop into what we're doing today.
Yes.
Would you like to tell the characters what we're doing today?
Yes, actually. Okay, so today we have made a collaborative Pinterest board, but there's nothing on it yet. We are going to spend 5 minutes collecting 4 images each and putting it in the board without looking at what the other person has put, right? One of these pictures has to be a character. The other 3 are just whatever is calling to you vibrationally. And then at the end of that, we're going to come together, look at the board, and then try to see what themes we can through line we can draw.
Yeah.
And then we're going to write from our character's perspective in whatever world we decide that is.
Yeah.
Yes.
Perfect.
Yes.
This is good.
Okay, so we're gonna get, that's easy. That's all the setup. We got to grab our things. And we can open up Pinterest.
Oh, I found out who my character is. First one I see. Gosh, she's so pretty.
It's good. I'm not supposed to look at yours though.
Oh, right.
Okay, ready?
No.
Timer?
Yes, ready? Okay, so we're going to go ahead and go 5 minutes?
Yep.
Now. Ooh, buddy.
Ooh.
Okay, I might need some help whittling.
Okay, I'm going to go start whittling. I'm going to go start whittling myself.
Same. You're going to look at some of mine and be like, holy crap. Oh, should we have taken a picture of what the board is? Or no, we're whittling and we'll show you what we stick with, not what we got rid of.
Right.
Okay, I'm trying to decide what I'm taking off of mine. Okay, I need to come down to the people of mine. All right, help. 1, 2, 3, 4. But I was like, I probably could say goodbye to him because that's a story that I'm not I'm not qualified
We're not going to be
write.
able to do justice to it.
Yeah.
I like her attitude, but this fits with this text post.
Yeah, we'll have to see what the rest of the stuff we.
That's true.
They can all fit with that.
You can do a lot with that. I have a few characters as well. I'm going to get rid of this one. So I like these 2 warriors right here, right? And I think that fits with the text post.
Like both of them are Japanese samurai coded.
Yeah.
So I think it just depends on the weather.
The weather. This person punches more people.
For sure.
This person is more professionally or classically trained, in my opinion. Okay. And this one's a little more...
vagabond.
Yeah. There's warriors and there's witches, maybe.
I like it.
Yeah. We fight, but in different ways.
Yeah.
And so...
Oh my gosh, this is already called The Warrior and the Witch.
Ah, yes.
You've got cityscape and like some like Japanese theme stuff, and this is more European, but yours has a theme and mine also has a theme. I low-key am starting to build a little bit of a story of there is a warrior and a witch and the familiar that travels between them. Familiar? That's interesting. That's an interesting concept where it's like a familiar is something that's chosen with like, no, you share a familiar, so your paths are linked. Yeah. I'm sorry, if we continued, I'm not gonna lie, the familiar just gets around town. That's the third person. Oh, but where does our familiar go? Sometimes it's gone and you don't know and I don't know where it is. It's the cat who's like, I'll come home when I want to, but I have 3 homes. Okay. And this one is stationary. You 2 wander. Yeah. But this one is... Don't take this off the board. Maybe that... Okay, actually, I'm going to leave that as on the board, not the character that we're doing, but that might be a place that we're interacting with, so I'm going to leave him. I kind of like the idea, because I want to keep this wind one. Yeah.
Right?
Oh, it's not up to you. It's up to me because it's mine. But
That's
I
true.
was going to keep it anyway.
And on the different islands, there's different cultures or different things like that.
Yeah,
So then,
they're a lot the same, especially the coastal ones. But the deeper you get in, they have their
Right.
own. Like those who don't swim, who do not fish, do
Right.
not drive. Like,
and then you get into this city, and these people don't know to listen to the wind. But yeah, I don't know. I really like this apothecary shop.
yeah, I'm thinking about keeping it, and it's like one of the reasons the witch travels is to gather different herbs that are grown in different places.
Yeah. Does the witch have a bodyguard? Is that why it's her warrior?
I guess not necessarily. Like maybe that's one of the reasons they have been sticking together because they're millionaires making them. But like depend, like it could get dicey. But the witch is probably gonna be like, I can protect myself. And like,
I'm a witch for a reason. What kind of witchy things do you do? What kind of witch are you? Anyway, I also wonder how I want to figure out how the familiar.
How long did we say we were going to give
5
ourselves
minutes.
to write? Because
did it go off?
Yeah, obviously it went off forever ago. But but I was like, we're doing a lot. I don't know if we're gonna have enough time to write. So we finally got them down to 8. If you count and you see 9, your count is wrong. We've got them down to 8.
It says the number at the top.
It's 8. Don't worry about it. And here it is, somewhere on the screen, whatever made the most amount of sense. Maybe I shoved us to the side for it. But we are going to now discuss a through line for these items and stuff that we have. We have talked a little bit about it while we were like filtering through things because somebody put more than 4 pins on there at first.
Somebody.
And so we were like, we'll just cut them out after when we get through it. Yeah, it was a great idea. I told you we should have had leisure time to do this.
We should have done it before. It's okay.
So we're going to take 15 minutes, right, TK? Right. To figure out like what the through line of this world is, and then we are going to take our characters and decide how we're writing about them in this.
Okay.
First things first, just as a real thing, as you're looking through these things, we've decided to place it based on this photo, place it in a portion of this world wherever we're at that has many little different islands, little and big in amount. Like we're going to say this area, this country, this kingdom, this empire, whatever word we're going to land on it, has 32 different islands of varying sizes.
Okay.
So all of them have different, I just pulled a number out. They're all conquered and non-conquered, incorporated, but all of them kind of like deal a little differently. So like they all have their own cultures, especially if they're bigger. The ones that are smaller, that are mostly like seaside villages and stuff, people do a lot of traveling in the waters and to other places, so they are more cross-cultural. But the bigger the island, the more inside you get cities that are built up and things that people who don't ever really leave that town, so they've got their own way of doing things and stuff. So this is the world these characters are living in. I think that we're deciding it's still like, even though there are cities and towns, because, well, actually we cut out that picture. There are cities and towns and however these things are built up, but the travel isn't planes. It's boats. It's boats, and they're not high powered boats of like motors, right? Like it's like we're rowing or figuring other kind of mechanics, but we're not
the islands are generally close enough to each other that you don't need the high powered boats to get to island to island. Mm-hmm. Is my thought process. Yeah. The other thing is like there's going to be very wilderness islands who are like, we live in nature, close to the land, like that type of thing. And so you're going to get the exact opposite of whatever the city is. Yeah. I lost my train of thought. Okay. I wanted to clarify. You mentioned there's a larger ruling body, but some of them are incorporated and some of them are not. Yeah, I said that offhand. If we want to go with that or not go with that. I think it adds an interesting tension. Okay. Because are you, to become incorporated, do you have to take on the culture of that ruling body? And then, like, the people on the island, how do they decide that? It just leads to a lot of questions. Yeah. And then, go figure. And like, I can imagine coming from an unincorporated island to the incorporated island, you're like the savage who decided not to take on
Yeah.
the new technology and the new culture of like the times.
Yeah. I think that makes it really interesting. Like it could be a couple of empires all together and ruling state, but like the idea that like it's like come and join our fold before we take you over, and it's like how much like force do you have? But that's not the story we're telling. We're not
No.
telling that overarching. This is just world building. That's what it looks like. Okay. So we have two characters. This is Brit's character and this is my character.
Look at our girls.
What stands out to you? Like, why did you get drawn to your character?
She looks fighty.
So you can look. Oh, you
Yeah,
can,
she looks fighty.
Yeah.
I like a girl with some fight. I want to fight like this girl fights. I don't know how she likes fight.
She's fit.
She's fit. She's got 2 swords, and we're not
Sort
I was gonna say we're not gonna reference One Piece, but hey, there we go. We're already there. He didn't start out with 3.
Well, that's true.
You know, he got the 3rd later. She's still on her journey.
Yeah.
Right? You know. Anyway,
She's
so
tatted up.
she is tatted up.
Oh man, those
She
tattoos.
looks
Do you have any
like-
meanings? Sorry, she looks like. Keep going.
She looks like a vamp. Now I'm thinking vagabond, rough around the edges, not super sophisticated. The reason I was asking how you say girl in different languages is because, like, I know here when you're born and you're not given a name, it's baby girl or baby boy.
Yeah.
So she, on her birth certificate, was just baby girl.
Yeah. I would think it would be interesting to about what culture she comes from. That if the insert is just gender or if it's daughter. Like daughter in a different language.
Oh,
Because I think that says something about family. But if she's not getting a name, then maybe like either her family didn't bother or she was given up and she's just daughter and she's a community child because nobody else is.
So my thought process, because honestly, because this feels like a clashing of a lot of different cultures, right? She has gone from island to island,
Yeah.
picking up just different pieces of what she's found there. Some have been kind, some have not been kind. She might go back to some,
Yeah.
right? But as along her travels, she picks up different pieces of the culture.
Yeah.
So she might be called different things in different languages. I didn't get a name and my name is baby girl. Well, we'll call you something else
Yeah.
then. And so she may go by a lot of different names.
Yeah. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But you like girl. You're trying to think of girl differently.
Yeah, because I like, and I don't know if I want her name to be baby girl, because
Yeah.
that's what they put
Yeah.
on your birth certificate if they don't give you a name.
That's for sure. Look it up
So-
in languages that we don't like. Look it up Slavic. Look in Danish. Like I know we ought to, like seeing the art of it, you want to go towards it. But you know.
In Slavic. There's 5 different languages.
Somali. What do try? Oromo? Doesn't have it on here.
No.
But look at all those languages you can click from.
Yeah.
Tiwali.
Tiwali.
It's not going to say it because bebe is like baby, but Tiwali. That's an interesting one.
Tiwali. Girl.
Yeah.
Come, and I was thinking, like, because it could be baby girl, because, like, baby would be technically your first name, but people are just come girl.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I like Tiwali.
Tiwali is good. Put it on your notes. Tiwali. Okay, so my character is this one. And I was drawn to just the general pumpkin skirt in mushroom field with flowers. There was a couple ones that I was drawn to that we like looked through. They were really, really pretty, really beautiful. But I think the story that I was building along with all the other pictures, this one fit the most, especially with the angst of your character and how it looks and how you were already talking about how Tiwali lived, you know? And I was like, okay, I think a good like counterpoint is this cutesy little girl.
Yeah.
And so I was just drawn by just kind of the ethereal nature of her. I love that she has little freckles on and that she's got like jewels pressed in her face that I'm sure just like they're little adhesives. Like I think that's something fun to play with. And yeah, and just she's the way she's like staring you down with her little glasses, feeling like yes, and it gives.
Yeah.
And I like it.
Very, very good.
But we'll get to. So I guess let's talk about yours. What do you have for I have no idea what my character's name is. But what do you have for? Which is weird because usually I name my characters so quick, and you're like, no names.
Yeah.
You came to that pretty quickly. Yeah.
I don't know what it was, but I was like, this is rough and tumble. She like wasn't even girl. It's gonna be like girl or baby girl. I don't know why.
Tiwali's pretty good.
Tiwali's
real good.
Okay. So you want me to talk about my pictures first?
Yeah. So like, how did they build, and what are you thinking about this world?
So I saw this tree with like, it's like Japanese style with the sun in the back and whatnot, right? And I was like, this looks like the entrance scene to a dramatic sword fight. But also it could possibly be, because like I like trees. Sometimes like I like trees. I don't know if you've ever had a favorite tree. I have had favorite trees.
Cute. Like trees like, oh, I'm walking past this tree, or just like, oh, I like a good solid oak. Or like a specific tree.
Well,
in your neighborhood.
Specifically to work with in terms of woodworking, I like Purple Heart because it's pretty, but I like teak, but for different reasons. But those are expensive, and I don't actually get to do a lot of woodworking. But like that, like bring calm. Like I like willows. And so like in my old neighborhood there used to be a willow, and I was like, that looks like it had like covering. Yeah. And if you got to sneak over, like, which I didn't often get to do, like it's got a lot of space in between. Yeah. I'm like, I could live here. Yeah. This is a fantasy world, right? So I imagine that this tree is one that Tiwali would come back to often. And so in my head canon, right, is like a touchstone tree for her that she goes to sit, and I think it's where she first ran into the cat picture that I have. Okay. And this is something we have to talk about. I'm thinking the familiar chose the
We spent a long time picking Twiligh's name.
The familiar chose my character. This isn't a like, oh, I found this thing and it became mine or whatever. She's sitting in this tree and then this cat shows up and then won't leave her alone.
Okay, like when a cat chooses you though.
Like she was chosen by this cat, and I don't know if that's the magic of the world. Like whether familiar chooses you automatically or whatever, but I'm thinking my character does not know a lot of magic, but the cat is the one who tells her these secrets. So it won't leave her alone.
Into all these language?
Yeah, it won't leave her alone, and then it starts speaking to her.
You shouldn't have eaten those leaves, Twali.
And so that's how it's coming together for me.
Okay. Cool. So I picked a bunch of stuff. So I picked that text post that she's incorporated, which that's how we're doing our Throughline. That makes sense. My character, who I thought while you were talking, I don't know that I want to stick to this, but right now her name is Justice. And because because I am me. Because in my mind it's like Justice. I was like, that's typically like a man's name, like, okay. And I was like, okay, but what if like all the firstborn sons are named Justice in her father's family, but he died before she was born, and her mom was like, Justice in remembrance.
Oh. My grandma was named Freddie because her dad said my firstborn is going to be named after me. And so then the firstborn was a girl, and he said, I said what I said.
That's fair.
And so it was Grandma Freddie.
Yeah. Excellent. I'm just like, I like it. I don't know why, but like Justice is her name. I think she might go by Stice.
Oh.
So I look through these and I just tend to, it's cozy season. I love me a good witch. I'm in the process. I love me a bad witch. I love me a great witch. And I, more than anything, love me a brown witch. So it's cozy season, and I've been working on a novel that is like witch forward, and I'm just like, in the mood, and I was putting all these together, having like this thing. I almost want to, like, because we're building another world, I don't want to use the word witch. I want to make up a different word for it.
A wind sung?
That's interesting. Maybe like an elementist.
Oh.
Because I think that she is going to be working more with, because I have a lot of greenery here and a lot of, so like I've got this like apothecary like thing, and I was thinking like she travels at, even though she looks pretty young here, I think she's going to be like just a young looking late 20s maybe, and she travels from island to island, almost being like not an apothecary as much as like a herbalist. So like, what can these do? What do you do these things for? What are they used? But also knowing what stuff is already used for and what you can, like, so I think that in this world, there are different sources of magic, and people tend to tie it towards different elements that they see and experience. There's probably more than that, but that is like
they're known mediums.
They're known mediums, and it's the basis. So she's an elementist, like an element, what did I say?
Elementist.
Okay, yep. And her medium is, for the most part, earth, right? But the spirit of the wind is strong, right? Maybe wind spirit is something that's like, wind elementists are more common, because wind, you live in a place whereas islands, and there's a lot of things.
Yeah.
But like having it's the easiest magic to understand because there's so much of it, but to have like a deep connection with it is different. You don't like that?
It's not that I don't like it. I'm just wondering, I mean, I do like it, I do. I'm just gathering my head around the magic system that we are trying to create.
That we just do, yeah. Sorry, it's an automatic for me.
Yeah. No, it's a necessity. But okay, so keep going about your
Throughline. So I think that that's where they are. I'm going to say that if it's a family thing, I want to say that the cat is hers. It's her family cat, but it's always come and gone as it's pleased. But it usually comes to someone in her family. And it stopped, like, when it would show up, it would go to, like, maybe her dad. Her dad's gone now. But, like, it would go to her dad, and then it stopped showing up, and then it started showing back up and going to her, right? Like,
as she grew up, it came back.
Even though there are other members of the family, whoever it comes to, that is your cat, right? Like, it has been passed down to you. And they all just are like, we know the cat is magic because this is the same cat great-great-grandfather had, great-great-grandma had. This is the same cat. It's an old cat. If it chooses you, you don't get a choice.
Right.
You know?
You don't like cats? You're allergic to cats? Suck it up, Buttercup.
Suck. You better find a plant that you would stuff in your nose so you don't get some Claritin.
The cat has
spoken. And so they're used to it coming and going. And I like the idea of, like, for the most part, staying on her island, whatever that looks like, and then the cat, like, being like, no, it's time to go. And, like, that's when the journey begins.
Yeah.
And that'd be an interesting way for, like, the cat keeps going and coming back, and then finally the cat is like, all right, we're going to the tree because this fool is not listening to me. And she needs to get out of the tree. We got stuff to do. Yeah.
Now, I have a question about, like, is it canon that, because it doesn't have to be, I think the cat can probably communicate in a couple of different ways. It can maybe send impressions. It could speak.
Yeah.
It could telepathically speak. Or it could...
For Stice and her family, the ring is the thing. So, like, the cat will present you with the ring and you are their person. So when her dad passed, even though people have been like, I'm going to grab that ring, it's going to be mine, the cat, like, the ring is gone. And when the cat shows up again, it drops it at your feet.
Oh.
Kind of thing. And so that is a better connection. That. So I almost want to say, like, I really like this cat. I was like, I want the whiskers to be red. I want it to be a cat that doesn't look, but one of the eyes has to be this green.
Yeah.
And maybe the other this gold. And that is the connection. So you can, like, maybe the other this gold, but maybe not. But maybe, like, with the green eye with this, if it activates either you can either, like, have the impression or have the voice, or it's you see what they see.
Okay.
So I don't know which one it is. It's going to be one of them. It can't be both. I was just like, but it's something like that, you know?
And does Stice know that it goes around choosing other people? She doesn't know anything about the cat that was gone.
It's just
She just knows I've been
just
chosen.
like, gotta trust the cat. The cat has never been the reason someone has died. Just stop showing up when they're dead.
Okay, so that changes then. That adds to my storyline because that means I'm at the tree and then a cat comes up and it won't leave me alone and then it drops the ring at my feet.
That means there's more than one ring. Because I wasn't thinking that, my brain wasn't, but like, okay, maybe like it can create the ring. So maybe that's the way you recognize if somebody is a part. Like, that's
And
so
here's the
interesting.
thing, and my thought process is there isn't a lot of these rings.
Yeah.
Right? But for some reason, this cat has decided that it needs both people.
Yeah.
For whatever purposes.
Yeah.
Which, honestly, have you ever seen Udoka Magica?
No.
We're not going that direction.
All right. That's a conversation for later.
Yeah. We're not going that direction.
Okay.
But it's like this has some greater purpose, some greater knowledge that we aren't privy to.
Yeah. I wonder if it like gets it forged by some of the other spirits or something and it does its own kind of bargaining or something like that.
Oh, possibly.
Like a life that we don't even know about.
Right.
And we haven't even talked about the random picture that is here. Don't worry, we won't get to it.
Okay, but I like what we're going so far.
Yeah,
we
yeah,
have
yeah.
to decide what we're actually going to be writing, though.
We don't.
But you're writing from your character's perspective. I'm
Exactly.
writing from mine.
So,
And it just is us in the world.
yeah, we
Okay.
literally don't even have to meet. I think that we're writing from each other's, like from ourselves point of view. I think we can decide if we have met yet or if we haven't met. If it's the first interaction with the, like whatever it is, like these are the things that we're building. This is the outline of like, where the story would go, but we can write from wherever we want.
Okay. I like the idea that you would get like a ping on the ring or like maybe you get visions that you're not asking for.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay, yeah.
And so suddenly you have a vision and then an impression that you're supposed to go there.
Yeah.
And you're being sent somewhere.
Yeah.
And so that might end up being how we meet or like whatever or like, and that's not what I'm saying we're going to write. I'm probably not going to write that right now. But I can imagine it being irritating to be like, I guess I'm being summoned.
Yeah. I also think that it'd be interesting. This is something that is not important and we're not going to write it now, maybe. But I feel like for me, the vision should, like the feeling of like, almost like hot and cold, you're getting closer, should be happening like when you're awake, when you're like, you realize. But I think the vision should only come if you happen to be asleep.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So, like-
and that's different than.
Yeah. So if your ring is starting to go off and you're like, I don't know why it's going off. I guess I'm going to have a dream tonight about the thing the cat wants me to do. I would like fancy feast, please. Give me some fancy feast. But like, yeah, because the idea of like your character maybe being in a fight and then suddenly
Someone
a
shows up.
vision and you can't like see anything. You can't
Oh,
see the
that's
person
true,
you're
yeah,
fighting.
yeah.
That feels like a bad idea.
Yeah.
It could
Okay.
cause problems, but I would rather not.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I like this. We don't have to pick where we're writing. We don't have to pick that together. We're just picking a spot.
Yes, I'm gonna have to get my computer now.
Yes. Okay.
Pop it in on the computer. 20 minutes?
30.
30?
And we'll do 15 of discussion after.
She said we're not playing like we did the last time. She's like, it's...
Okay, people, we're back. And
Hi.
we wrote for...
Can you get TK?
I can get TK.
Sweet, because I don't remember how much time we're giving ourselves to write after this.
It
or
was
to talk.
15 minutes to talk.
Okay, so I'm going to set this to 15 real quick. But basically we wrote for 30 minutes. The thing is, I have no idea how long we did after 30 minutes.
Yeah.
But it
we
could
wrote
have
for
been
30.
too much longer because I literally was only going back trying to get my spell check right.
Yeah.
So like probably like 5 minutes over, so like 35 minutes. So
Yeah,
we
like
wrote for
35 minutes.
35 minutes. And how do you feel? Okay, I'm going to start it. Is this just discussion or is this discussion and reading?
Discussion and reading.
Okay, so before I start this, I do just want to be like, how'd you feel about the writing?
Okay, it took me a while to get into it.
Yeah.
Because I was so busy visualizing everything. I was watching a movie play out in my head, and I didn't know how to put words down on paper. I just didn't know where to start.
Yeah.
But once I got started, I liked it a lot. This was so fun, and I want to revisit this. And the islands have there's so much we could do.
Yeah.
And I really like this character.
Yeah.
So I have an image of what Usar.
Yes, Usur.
Usur.
Usol.
I don't know what
Usol.
our cooking boy.
Yeah.
Our cooking man.
He's a grown man.
He's a grown man.
He's a grown man.
who I have mentioned him here, but I have an idea of his character and the safe place that he is for my baby, and I just love the whole thing.
We love it.
Yeah.
I was really focused on my character because I was like, am I going to meet someone? I was like, no, I need at least one thing. Anytime I'm writing something, especially if it's I will think through, like, if I'm like, this is going to be long form and this is not. If I don't think it's going to be long form, that's why you're like, I'm never going to finish this. It's literally just a moment. But if I was like, okay, I need to get the vibe of the character I'm with. Like, what is their vibe? So I usually just like write them alone, so that I can get like, who are you when no one is looking, and then how does that translate later?
Yeah.
And how true are you about your inner self when you put in your out self? So I'm glad that you filled out the world a little bit. I was filling it out in like.
Oh, I mean, I didn't fill out the world. I mentioned an island and I mentioned our boy.
I filled out some of the world.
Okay.
Because my character's interacting with it. I think this is really fun because we were talking about like peek behind the curtain about having an episode about like outlining and what outlining looks like, and it's a lot of this.
Okay.
It's a lot of just kind of like, oh, let's do this and this and this. I think this will be interesting, and then you just start to build, and you're like, for me, it's like, okay, we've built with these characters. I don't know what the point of the story is yet, but we said some stuff. Oh, it could be some empirical stuff with like how there are incorporated islands and non-incorporated islands. Like, I don't care about that right now. I care about my characters and how they're living in the world. Yeah. So it's like really fun building. Like, this is why I think writing is so fun, because you can just be like, here we go. Okay, so I'm gonna start the timer. Should I start the timer when we're reading or only when we're discussing?
Let's read it and discuss.
Okay, so timer for both.
Yeah.
Okay. So you want to go first?
We'll see. I can.
Okay.
I can. Okay. So I'm just gonna start.
Okay.
Diwali leaned against Camarade, feeling more comfortable in the shade he provided. The tree was old. No one remembered who had planted it, and no one knew who owned the land that it grew on. Also, no one cared. No one wanted to be here in the center of the island, so it was Diwali's spot. She began to complain to Camarade, sorry, it's a different language.
Yep.
Camarade, as she pulled out snacks from her pack, angry at the events of the last day. You think I look bad, Carm? You should see those other guys. Who did those punks think they were? They had been new here, and maybe thought they could make a name for themselves. People who thought of themselves as big and tough on their own islands and came to see what they could take from other people. Or maybe they had been run out by someone bigger and badder than themselves and decided to come here. Diwali wasn't sure. There had been a lot of movement as of late. Maybe it was because more islands decided to incorporate. Who knew? It's a shame for them. They had been mistaken when they thought her swords were for show. But it worked out for her. She recounts her semi-victorious exploits. It was a good fight scene. Because I don't know how to write fight scenes. 3 goons thought they could rob her. She had killed 2 of them before the other ran off. And she might have gotten a broken rib out of the deal, but also a great deal of cash off of the bodies. They were stupid to carry around this much on them.
Murder hobo.
She was not sure how long she had been sitting, but it was long enough for the sun to begin moving. She winced at the pain in her ribs as she shifted herself to hide more fully from the heat. She hoped her ribs were just bruised and not cracked this time. She had done the best she could to bandage herself up and told the tree so. I know it's not the best job, but it's what I could manage under the circumstances. She would have to wait until she got to Levar to do any better for her wounds. No one on this island would touch her. She paused at the thought of the memory of the kind hands that used to help her here. She didn't want to think about that. She didn't want to think about him. She pushed her mind away from those memories, from the thoughts of Tequali, unable to help anyone anywhere, because he was buried beneath Camarade. She had placed him here herself, where they used to play as children. She wished she could talk to Coley, but he wouldn't want to talk to her. He never liked to talk when he was mad, and he died angry and spitting. So she would not bother him now. She did not talk to Coley. She pushed those thoughts away and continued to talk to Comrade. Don't worry about me, Carm. I'm going to head to Levar. I'll stop by Usar's and grab a bite to eat.
I really like that. I'm going to immediately read mine, not because they're connected, but I like the idea of somebody reading these and then like jumps to the next character.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. The smell of salt clung to her. The sea air wrapped up in the tight coil of her hair and trailing behind her like invisible ribbons. The journey between Levar and Tofig was on the shorter side, only taking 4 hours usually, but the sea and the wind had been at odds with each other for the last 5 days. No ship had felt safe to make the journey into the roiling fray, so she had been forced to wait, wasting her small amount of coin at a dockside inn at Tofig's seaside town of Malay. After 2 days, Justice had nearly been frustrated enough to call out to Auntie Wind, begging her to pause her argument with the sea so that she could pass. But Justice was not a fool. At least, not anymore. She could remember a time in her youth when, in her eagerness to voyage, she had made demands of the wind. Justice is sure that Auntie Wind remembered as well. Sometimes she thought that the auntie purposely caused arguments with other nature spirits just to see if Justice still had the audacity of her foolish youth. But with age had come patience, and when that failed her, she always had a chewing leaf on hand to keep her mouth from speaking words she could not hold account for. The wind twirled around her in a loose circle, tugging at her skirt and blowing up her top before ruffling her hair in a fond way and rushing backwards once more towards the sea. Until again, Auntie Wind. Justice turned her head and whispered after the retreating element, knowing the words would be caught by the god spirit no matter the distance. Justice turned back to face the wooded island before her. The smell of salt had disappeared and was replaced with the wet brown smell of the land and the green smell of foliage. She pulled in a deep breath, letting the freshness of it lift through her body, filling her up and pushing out all the frustration of waiting. She rolled her shoulders, cracked her neck, and adjusted the straps of her pack on both of her shoulders as she moved forward. The golden ring on her finger vibrated with a warmth that was familiar to her. She ignored it. It had been singing to her since the early morning, urging her to rest, to close her eyes and see what it had in store for her, but she was already much later in her plans than she wanted to be. Whatever Roshani wanted would have to wait until night fell. Justice had a hike before her if she wanted to get to the grove that was rumored to have sky thistle in it. She would not be putting off her quest for even a second longer.
Fun. I like the, oh man, when she in her youth, she had made that mistake. Oh, no, but Auntie Wendy does not play that.
No, she does not.
Yeah, that was fun. That was fun.
Yeah, so I really like the land that Tuali lives in, and even just saying, like, nobody cares, and then pulling in, like, saying, like, nobody would care or treat her kindly here. I'm like, oh, that's sad. Oh, that's a lot of history. That's a lot of stuff. Oh, there's someone buried under the tree. Why were they mad? How did they die? Like, it's really, really good. I really like it. I feel like if I read these back to back, I'd be like, go back to Tuali's perspective, please. I need more answers. Where are we going? Broken ribs. She got money. Let's do this. I really liked that. I thought that was really, really good.
Okay, I love reading them together.
Yeah.
I love the idea.
Did you want to do more?
Yes. I want to write another scene right now. Oh my God. This is such a fun interplay.
Yeah.
Right? Also, we didn't talk about this. My character's going to Levar. Right?
Yeah.
Your character mentioned Levar. I don't know if
they're on Levar right now.
They're on Levar right now. And being held there for some reason.
No. So it was like, I think this is interesting. I think like mine maybe takes place like after Tuali like leaves, right? So it's like I'm being delayed because I'm gonna go to Levar, get a thing, and leave.
Okay.
But I was going too early.
Oh.
Because you weren't there yet.
Oh.
Like that's the thing where like wind is just like creating a thing because you're like, get over there, and now like the ring is singing like the day I'm there, and it's just like, rest, I need to tell you to go somewhere, and they're like, no, I'm going to get my thistles, man. Like, could you just fall asleep? We waited all these times. Like, then you should have told me that before I finally got on. I've been waiting 4 days. 5. Yeah. So I like that the interplay. Yeah, about that. Like, oh, where's the story going? Like, why are they going to meet? I also like Roshani is the family name for the familiar.
Cat. I'm glad that you said the name.
Yeah.
So my character hasn't met the cat yet.
Okay.
I think it's about to happen. Well, I hadn't decided, to be honest.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know. I wasn't sure if I was going to refer to the ring or not.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. But in my headcanon, she does know the cat. She does know the cat, but she just calls it cat.
Yeah. That's what I was like, I love if every person that belongs to the cat has a different name for the cat.
Yeah. So the cat is just cat. Like, she's just girl. The guy, and I think a forming backstory for the person who's buried. But Tikoli is boy.
Yeah.
Right? Kamrade is friend. The only one who has like a nickname, not referred to it just as a thing. Like, it's not tree.
Yeah.
I looked up tree in the language and it's like Kiki, right? Or Keke, something like that, right? And that's what tree is. She's not calling it tree. She's calling the tree friend. And everybody else is like just the title of what they are so far, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm sure if you introduce her as a name, she wouldn't say, "Okay, boy, okay, girl."
Yeah.
She would call you your name, right? But there's a girl, there's a boy, and there's a tree, and then there's a cat.
There's a boy, there's a girl, there's a friend, and then there's a cat. I really like that. I like that.
Yeah, I've decided. Okay, so Tawali has definitely met Kat and has a ring, I think.
Okay.
At this point. But doesn't know what to do with it.
Yeah. I wonder, are they wearing it? Is Tawali wearing it?
Oh, I don't know. Because would it be going off too?
I think that, like, I think it really depends. Like, if
I'm going to say
it,
not right here.
Okay, yeah.
She's just came from a rough part of town.
That's
where
fair.
people try to rob people.
I wonder if she tried to sell it.
And then it comes back.
Yeah. Which she's like, oh, this is a good...
She would get in so much trouble selling a disappearing ring.
Yeah, and then continuing to sell it. This is why they don't like her on the town anymore.
That scammer. No, they don't like her for other reasons.
Yeah. Okay, well, we already know those reasons, apparently.
I have hints.
Which is nice. It's fun. Okay, I really like that. I like this. I think that if she doesn't... I wonder if she hasn't sold it, if she hasn't done like I don't know who she is, right? Like, I don't, maybe she robs people and this is like, oh, this is a gift from Kat, which is another friend. So maybe that's not a thing that gets sold, but maybe she like wears it on a as a necklace on a vine and like make sure it's tucked in.
I think for sure she's not wearing it on her hand out where she is right now.
Yeah.
She's got her swords out. Those are hard to hide.
Yeah.
Right. But also she needs them ready for protection.
Right.
And so people tried to rob her for the swords. If she was walking around wearing some fancy smashy ring, right?
I think I like that, and so she hasn't been getting vision. She hasn't sometimes it's like warm on my chest, which is weird because it warmed and it's vibrating, and she's like, but she won't be because it's not on her
ring, right?
Yeah.
And so then the cat just keeps showing up sometimes.
Yeah, being like,
bothering her
on your finger, and like,
what do you want? Okay, here you can have some snacks. God, what are you? Okay,
hungry cat, eat more than boy. I think that that's really fun. That's really interesting. Like, where these two people could meet and how... Yeah.
We'll have to revisit this. Because this is fun. You don't break my heart.
My freaky heart. I think this was a really fun exercise. Like, the idea of, like, the pin behind the stories behind the pin, right? Like, because you named it, right? And I think that, like, pulling together a bunch of, like, photos that look really cool to us and being like, okay, so like, how can we make this a story? And to make it collaborative, because we could do that on our own. Yeah. You know, people do it all the time, but just to make it like, okay, so we're both making a story with these characters. What do we get off their initial vibes and looks? And how do we interact with the world? And the world has to fit both of us in it. So it can't just be like all witch stuff, because that's what I got. You literally have samurais and making it work.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Are we gonna call this the story behind the pin or the witch and the warrior?
I
vote for the witch and the warrior.
The episode? You want the episode to be called The Witch and the Warrior? People will be like, wait, what?
Okay,
we can do whatever we want.
You can call it whatever you want, but I really like that title.
I think that's a good title for if we come back to this, and then the title would be The Witch and the Warrior, because it's like,
with more visits. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Okay, part 2 will be The Witch and the Warrior.
Yeah, and then we'll meet the witch, the warrior, and the bear. No, we can't do that. That's copyrighted. They already got that.
they yeah, that's really similar. Huh? That's really similar.
The witch, the warrior, and chef. Yes, chef.
Okay, well, this was satisfying. This was good. I really liked my end product.
I really did too. Okay, can I say that I'm so proud of you? Because, like, you guys will see, right? And it's not bullet points in the way that you've normally done it.
No.
But it's like, it's a full-on, like, it's a narrative. How do you feel about that? Because you've always been like, I'm not a writer. I don't blah, blah, blah.
So I will say, I don't think you should be proud of me, because it was kind of bullet points without the bullet points, and then I just started cutting it together.
Yeah. And that's fine.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's the thing. It's just like, that's when I'm using it. It's just like, okay, these are what I want to say. How do I get connecting pieces?
Yeah.
And then I can move the bullet points out.
Oh, look, I took a little bit of yours.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel really good about it. I like the way that it ended. It feels like a story.
Yeah.
Instead of like fact points. I like it a lot.
Factually, she's in a tree right now.
Yeah, like I just wrote something that I would want to read.
Yeah! That's such a good feeling, though.
Yeah.
That's such a... okay, yay.
Yeah, I feel the creativity sparked. I'm ready to write some more, but we have to go.
We do, in fact, have to go. But this has been quite the journey. It's been a lot of fun. I'm glad that we did this today.
Yeah. Thank you guys for joining us.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.
Were we supposed to say something else?
I don't think so. I guess not. It's just fun. Bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.